So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to this fourth and extremely valuable lesson of this course. This fourth lesson could be perhaps the most valuable lesson that we would have in all of the modules in this course right here. Why is this course so valuable? Because due to the fact that in the previous lessons we have brainstormed our target audience and we have understood some basic principles around ChatGPT and how to utilize the power of prompts, right, to get what we want out of ChatGPT. Now it is time to put all of this knowledge into practice and actually create our target audience, our target avatar. It is completely different to brainstorm your target audience and create your target avatar, because target audience is pretty much assumptions around which people will benefit from our content or where we should tailor our content towards, right? But creating a target avatar gives a personal, if you will, vibe into this whole brainstorming process, and it's going to be extremely easier for you to create content if you know exactly who you will be referring to. All right, so not only to give you just a small recap of what we're going to be doing in this lesson right here, creating a target avatar, we will give a name, a surname, all right, and a whole background story of one person that's representative of our target audience, all right. And from now on, once we're brainstorming our content and when we're creating our content, we will be thinking exactly what does this exact person want to view, all right, what content does this exact person want to be delivered, right? So why do we do this? We do this due to the fact that you would argue that maybe if we tailor our content to appeal to a wider audience, we would be more successful rather than narrowing down to a single avatar. So why do we actually choose to directly target a single human being, if you will, a single type of human being with extreme detail in this process? We do this because people aren't as special as they think they are, right? And if there is one person that we can target with our content, usually, the odds, we have 8 billion people in this planet, more than, let's say, 100, 200,000 people are going to be exactly like him with the same hobbies, the same aspirations, the same everyday routine, the same everyday lives. So it is much easier for us to visualize who we're talking to if we create a target avatar. This is exactly what we're doing in this lesson right here. So thank you very much for being here. Let's launch ChatGPT. Let's launch our prompt list and let's dive into creating our target avatar. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on this side of our screen, we've got our prompt list, right? Which, by the way, it's going to be completely free for you to get, right? And I suggest you to download this prompt list because it's going to be extremely important and it's going to just set you free in this whole creation process, right? So those are the 10 prompts that we're going to be using. And again, in ChatGPT, we are on the exact same chat box that we have been using for all of the lessons of this course. We've talked many times about this. It is very important for you to perform all of those tests and add all of those prompts in the same chat box because ChatGPT just has more information about what we are doing, right? So what is the first prompt that we're going to be creating once we're creating our target avatar? The first prompt is this: give your target avatar a name, age, and gender. Describe their background and current life situation. So let's add this prompt right here and let's see what ChatGPT will answer. So certainly, here, let's create a target avatar with the niche of fitness for surgeons, right? So this is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, for example. She's 34, she's a female. So let's see her background. Dr. Sarah is a skilled and dedicated surgeon with a specialization in orthopedics. She completed her medical degree at a prestigious university and subsequently went through rigorous surgical residency and fellowship programs. She's currently employed at a renowned urban hospital where she operates on a range of orthopedic cases from joint replacements to complex spinal surgeries. So look at all of this. Look at all of this background that we have been given to our target avatar. So this is our target avatar, Dr. Sarah Mitchell, right? If I were you now, I would copy this, right? I would copy all of the information that we're brainstorming right now about our target avatar and paste it on a Word document. And perhaps I would also print out this Word document to have it on your desk because we are going to be coming back to this Word document multiple times when creating our content, right? Our target avatar is something that we want to revisit and revisit many, many times if we want to be specialized with our content and targeted with our content. So this information right here is very important. So let's see, for example, the life situation of our target avatar. Sarah's current life situation is characterized by a demanding work schedule, right? Her days are filled with surgeries, patient consultations, and hospital rounds. She frequently takes on additional responsibilities at the hospital, such as teaching, mentoring medical students and residents. Right? So despite her remarkable career, she's aware of the importance of maintaining her own physical and mental well-being. So you can see that we might have created a target avatar, we might have given a name, a surname, right, and just a background on this person, but those problems don't apply only on our target avatar. It is just easier for us to visualize a person having the problems that we're about to solve with our content, right? So this is the name of the game, if you will. So here's a problem. Balancing work and life has become a priority for Sarah, and she's looking for ways to incorporate fitness and stress management into her daily routine. Her motivation is driven by her desire to stay at the top of her game professionally while ensuring her long-term health and wellness. Right? So those are the general information that we got with the first prompt, and look at how much info we got about Dr. Sarah Mitchell in the first prompt. So let's move on to the second prompt, which is, what are the primary aspirations and goals of your target audience? What do they dream of achieving in the short and long term? Right? So let's ask this. Okay. And keep in mind that our goals and aspirations, okay, they don't need, okay, to have anything to do with the content that we're creating. So right now, we don't need every single answer that ChatGPT is giving to us to be related with the content that we're creating. We're just creating a general outline of a person right here. We're pretty much creating a person right now, right? It's history. And not every single aspect of our target avatar is around fitness for surgeons, right? So I need you to remember this, and it's completely fine if the answers that we're getting right now are not that relevant with the content with the niche that we're targeting with our content, right? So let's say your target avatar in the niche of fitness for surgeons has several primary aspirations and goals that reflect her dedication to her profession and her commitment to personal well-being. So some short-term aspirations and goals, for example, are balanced work and life integration, stress reduction, improved physical fitness, right? Establishing a supportive network. So those are some things that she wants to achieve. Now, some long-term aspirations are professional excellence, mentorship and education, personal well-being, community leadership. So as you can see, obviously, the long-term aspiration of a surgeon isn't to have reduced stress or to be fit. It's more of, excellence, mentorship, education, improving science stuff. So obviously, we're not trying to appeal to the long-term aspirations and goals of our target avatar. That being said, as you can see in the short-term aspirations and goals, you can see that our content and our product, if we sell a product around fitness for surgeons, absolutely appeals on stress reduction and improved physical fitness. So we keep this information about our target avatar, about Dr. Sarah, and as you can see now, ChatGPT knows that this is our target avatar, right? Dr. Sarah Mitchell, right? It knows our niche, which is fitness for surgeons, and it knows its primary aspirations and goals, right? So this is the importance of using the same chat. Right, you can see that now we're starting to gain the benefits of using the same chat for all of our prompts and all of our research in this content creation process. Right, so the next question that we're going to ask ChatGPT is, identify the main pain points and challenges that your target avatar faces in their daily life or work. Absolutely essential prompt right here, and one of the most important prompts that you're going to be asking in this whole course. Identify the main pain points and challenges that your target avatar faces in their daily life or work, right? All of the lessons that we had up until this point, right? Researching a target audience, creating our target avatar has led up to this moment right here. Once we understand the pain points and challenges that our target avatar faces, then we can tailor our content to appeal, all right, and fill in those gaps. And this is where we are going to be going viral. So, Dr. Sarah Mitchell, your target avatar, faces several significant pain points and challenges, that's good for us, in her daily life and work as a surgeon. These challenges stem from the unique demands of her profession and the need to balance her career with personal well-being. So, what are her pain points? High stress work environment, long working hours, physical demands, mental fatigue, right? Limited personal time, balancing work again and personal well-being, peer pressure, continuous learning and advancement, sleep deprivation, isolation, lack of tailored wellness resources. So all of those pain points, right, or at least the pain points that are more relevant to our niche and the content that we are creating, we will try to solve with content. All right, we will try to solve with content. And those pain points right here, as you can see, in future lessons, you will find out that we will copy them, right? And we will ask for solutions to those problems. And ChatGPT will provide actually solutions to those content, to those problems. And especially, more deeply, it's going to provide solution to those problems that we can solve with content. For example, to give you an example, we're going to dive deeper in next lessons to this. So, high stress work environment. A video that we could create here is, for example, how to decrease stress while working as a surgeon. And inside the video, we would plug our fitness content, right? So you can see that we approach those people based on the problem that they have, which is high stress work environment. We provide a solution to this problem, which is let's decrease your stress while working with what? Our problem solving content, which is fitness at this case, right? So now let's move to the next prompt, which is what are the deep desires or unfulfilled needs that your target avatar has? What drives them on a profound level, right? Extremely, extremely important prompt, because everything, all of the problems that a person could have and all of the problems that we could solve with our content could be either around health, around wealth, or around relationships, right? So in this case, the deep desires of our target avatar could be either a health desire, a wealth desire, or a relationship desire. In this case right here, we're not talking about wealth desires because surgeons are pretty well off. We're not talking about health, relationship desires that much, but it was mentioned that she has some peer pressure, but mostly we're talking about health at this case right here. So we are creating content to tailor in the niche of health. So let's see what are some deep desires. Personal fulfillment, right? Sarah desires personal fulfillment through her work as a surgeon. Professional excellence, obviously, we talked about this. Mentorship and legacy, right? She yearns to become a mentor to the next generation of surgeons. Stress resilience. One of her profound needs is to build resilience to stress and maintain her emotional well-being. Balanced life, right? She deeply desires a balanced life where she can excel in her surgical career while also prioritizing her personal well-being, relationships, and leisure activities. So all of these right here are the deeper desires, if you will, not that superficial desires. For example, I want more muscles, or I want my back not to hurt when I'm operating. Those are some a bit, deeper desires that our target audience has. It is very important for us as content creators to understand, right, and decode those deep desires and then tailor our content to not only appeal to the superficial desires that will make our audience click, but also appeal to the deeper desires of them to make them stay and watch our videos, right? So the next prompt is describe your target avatar's hobbies, interests, and pastimes outside their personal life. We're going to copy, paste it right here, right? And this, okay, it's not going to be that important for our content, but that being said, if you want a complete target avatar profile, if you will, we need to also mention these. So, and as you can see, ChatGPT has a lot of hobbies and pastimes, right? To suggest us. We got physical fitness, nutrition, reading, meditation, music and arts, travel, exploration. So you can see that this target avatar right here is consciously trying to increase its health, right? With physical fitness, nutrition, reading, right? Meditation. So you can see that our target avatar is concerned about her health. She wants to optimize her health, all right? This is why this is the optimal target avatar for our content. We're talking about a surgeon because we're selling fitness content for surgeons, right? And we're talking about surgeons that are actually passionate about their health and they want to take their health to the next level. So this is exactly our target avatar right here. Let's move to the next prompt, which is what values and beliefs are important to your target avatar? What causes or issues do they deeply care about? So let's see. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, right, holds a set of values and beliefs that are important to her, and she deeply cares about certain causes and issues that align with her professional and personal aspirations. Some of the values, beliefs, and causes that are important to her include commitment to patient well-being, right, professional excellence, balance and well-being, right? Community and mentorship. So you can see that now we're getting answers that are getting a bit repetitive. This is a good sign, all right? This means that ChatGPT has pretty much given us all of the information that it has on our target audience, right? This means that we have given, first of all, the correct prompts and the correct information to ChatGPT, and we're getting back 100%, let's say, of the output that we can from ChatGPT. So this is a level that you want to reach, right? This is a level that it is desired to be reached regarding our target avatar creation. And once we copy all of the answers that we got, we can paste them in a Word document. And even if we start a new chat with ChatGPT, for example, we can create a new chat and add as a prompt, "This is my target audience," and paste our whole Word document with our target audience that we have brainstormed right here. So again, keep this as a Word document. You never know when you're going to need a new chat with ChatGPT. Just paste this whole thing and let ChatGPT know about all of this information, right? And now let's move to the next prompt, which is list the influencers, okay, thought leaders or role models that your target avatar looks up to or follows. Very important prompt right here, because if those influencers, right, and role models have a special way of talking or have content online, for example, and a special way of delivery of content, we can mimic those people, and we know that it's gonna appeal to our target avatar. All right, so those are some doctors. I'm not gonna get into too much detail here. Okay, we got Dr. Sanjay Gupta, we got Dr. Angela Duckworth. All right, so all of those people, those are real people, by the way, right? I'm not going to get into too much detail here, but in your target avatar, if you see that those people are creating content, short form content or long form content, you can see and compare to which content goes viral and why it goes viral. And we will know that this appeals to our target avatar, and we will try to mimic the content of those people because we know that it is very successful with our target avatar. So the next prompt is, what are the sources of information and media your target avatar consumes regularly, right? This could include websites, podcasts, or magazines. Again, in the same fashion of the influencers that our target avatar looks up to, right? We want to know the sources of information and media that our target avatar consumes, all right? So we got, again, medical journals, publications, conferences, websites, right? Health and wellness blogs, podcasts, networks, mentors and colleagues, medical literature. So all of that stuff we also have brainstormed, if you remember, in the target audience research. But now in the target avatar, it gets a bit more personal. So for example, in podcast, Sarah listens to healthcare and wellness podcasts during her commute or while exercising. Podcasts like The White Coat Investor or The Doctor's Kitchen provide insights on financial well-being and nutrition. So for example, you can see that we're talking about very tailored answers right here, and those are the answers that we want to copy again and paste on the Word file of our target avatar. Another very cool thing that you can do in your target avatar is to search an image of a person that would look like your target avatar. For example, a 34-year-old female doctor, and add this image in your Word document. Again, the more information you add, the cooler this whole process could be. I know that some people print out the pictures of the target avatars that they have brainstormed and literally set them above their cameras, right? So when they're talking to a camera, they're referring directly, they're looking at their target avatar. This is how deep you should go into this process if you want to be extremely successful in this niche. So now let's move to the 9th prompt, which is, imagine a typical day in the life of your target avatar. What challenges do they encounter, and how does your offering address those issues? So let's see what ChatGPT will actually answer here. This is a very important prompt. Certainly, let's walk through a typical day in the life of Dr. Sarah Mitchell. So we know that she's a surgeon, right? She wakes extremely early. She goes in the operating room by 7:30, right? In the afternoon, she starts lunch, but finding healthy and nutritious goals and options in the hospital cafeteria can be challenging, right? So she strives to maintain a balanced diet. At 1 p.m., she meets with colleagues and students to discuss patient cases and all that stuff, right? And we know that those surgeons work up until the evening. So how can we offer and how can our offer address the issues that she has along her day, right? So you can see at 6 p.m. right after work, she might have limited personal time for relaxation and socialization with friends and family. And at 8 p.m., she seeks ways to manage stress and unwind from the day's challenges, and her need for stress management and well-being is paramount. So how does your offering address those issues? We could say, and we could add, for example, in our surgical fitness model, that we have stress management resources or time efficient workouts that she could just sneak in her day, right? Nutrition guidance, personal excellence tips, community and support. So all of those could be ways to enhance our offer, to add to our content, to appeal to our target avatar even more. So now we're going to go to the 10th and final prompt of this lesson right here, which is write a short story about your target avatar's journey from their current situation to achieving one of their aspirations and how your product or content played a crucial role in this journey. So this is actually a prompt that we would use, and the answers of this prompt aren't that important for us, simply due to the fact that we need to have created content in order for this story to work for us. But this could be an amazing example of how somebody that enrolls in our program or consumes our content or subscribes to our YouTube channel, right, what the desired outcome would look like, right? And we want to know what the desired outcome of our target avatar would look like, because we would tap in this desired outcome and we would try to sell this exact desired outcome when presenting our content to people that view this, right? So again, you could see, for example, that Dr. Sarah's journey to achieving her aspiration of maintaining a balanced life while excelling in her surgical career was a challenging yet transformative one. Her commitment to professional excellence, mentorship, and personal well-being was unwavering, but she needed the right tools and resources to achieve her goal. Through her journey, Dr. Sarah Mitchell not only achieved her aspiration of a balanced life, but also made a lasting impact on the healthcare of the community. The fitness platform had played a crucial role in her transformation, providing her with the tools and community she needed to excel professionally while maintaining her well-being. Okay, so those, right, positive aspects right here are the exact positive aspects that we should tap in and try to sell as the dream outcome of our content. And this pretty much concludes the lesson in which we brainstormed our target avatar. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I know that it was a bit longer than expected, but I really want you to understand the importance of creating a target avatar. So I encourage you to go ahead, download these prompts, add them to your GPT program, tailor them to your niche, and create your target avatar. Give it a name, okay, an age, a background, hobbies, aspiration, pain points, all right? It's everyday life. And once you're done with your target avatar, don't forget to also add an image just to give some extra life to your target avatar. Once you're done with your target avatar, we can move to the next lesson of the course. Now, in the next lesson of the course, which is going to be a lot shorter than this lesson right here, so I don't want you to stress about this, we will be piling up the needs that we have noted down in this section, and we will be suggesting or generating, if you will, with ChatGPT, solutions to those needs. We need to have those solutions to the needs of our target avatar noted down, because in future lessons we're going to take those solutions and I'm going to show you how to transform solutions of problems that our target avatar has directly to video content ideas. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be your recipe to never run out of content ideas. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next lesson of this course.